Good morning, everyone. How are we doing today? It is November 18th, and this is, of course, your daily financial news. This is a series that I've been doing now for over a year. Again, kind of inspired by a conversation that Gary Vee and Nipsey Hussle had a couple of years back about why don't you do something daily. Their discussion was about music, and I took that to be, hey, you look every day already. Why don't you take some notes and share your thoughts? So, again, inspiration comes in lots of forms. Both Gary Vee and Nipsey Hussle really were good individuals or are good individuals. And if I can take some inspiration from them, why not? And again, we've been doing this for a year. And you can go back and look at the playlist. I'm not always good about flagging the playlist, but now we have the date in there. So if you want to go back and look at any date you want in the last year, you should be able to find the daily financial news. Again, 365 days. Don't miss a day. Holidays, birthdays. When we travel, it gets done. I do aim to get these done at 7:30. That way you can count on them. That way you can look at them live if you desire. When I travel and the like, it might be possible for me to go, to do it at different times, just given scheduling. But at the end of the day, this is the financial news for Wednesday, November 18th. First and foremost, as we talked about over the weekend, we had some big retail numbers. Let's first go to Target. Target simply crushed estimates, as we kind of talked about on Saturday. $2.79 a share earnings versus 160. I mean, that's a $1.19 beat. That's more than a 50% beat. Target is really seeing a huge uptick in what they are doing curbside pickup, same day curbside pickup. They are expanding parking spaces and the like. That grew 500%. 500%. I think we're back. Hello, everyone. Sorry about that. I had a Wi-Fi hiccup, which hopefully gets fixed tomorrow or Friday. Somebody who watches the channel helped me out and told me to buy some tech gizmos, so we'll see what happens there. But again, back to Target. What I was saying there, but before I think we were cut out, is their CEO is looking forward to Christmas and holiday season. They're not yet given Q4 guidance or next quarter guidance, but again, they are looking for excited about holiday season. Then there's Lowe's. Lowe's missed, right? Remember Home Depot was yesterday. They exceeded, although Home Depot got hit because they're basically absorbing higher wages. Lowe's fell short. Same store sales still up 30%, online up 100%, but their earnings just missed by a penny. So again, things to watch. Lowe's and Home Depot, who's winning? Just keep going down that direction. Just a shout out to those of you that follow Bitcoin. I just checked it this morning, and it's almost at 18,000. I'm going to have a friend of mine who's been in cryptocurrency for about a decade interviewed today at 9 o'clock. So hopefully we will have some great information. I'm just going to ask him a bunch of idiotic questions and see what he has to say, because I'm a novice in that area. So it will be interesting to see what he has to say. On a travel front, FAA cleared the Boeing Supermax 737 MAX after 20 months. The plane's been grounded for 20 months. Looks like American's going to start flying it on December 29th, United in Q1, and Southwest in Q2 of 2021. I traveled, as I've shared with you many times, a lot for my career. I don't think I ever knew what plane I was on. Unless you pull out that little card that's in front of your seat pocket, maybe you don't know, but I wonder how many people are going to get nervous about flying the Max. My guess is it dissipates inside 90 days, but let's see. Let's see if people decide to take different routes if they don't want to be on the Max. Mortgage applications actually rebounded. If you've been following this channel for any length of time, the last 6 weeks we've been talking about it kind of going down. Looks like some people are pointing at the election being the reason people kind of retreated. It is back up. It rose 4% week on week and an impressive 26% year on year. That mortgage app, again, with interesting on Home builders are up. They delivered 1.53 million units. The expectation was 1.46. That number is a combination of single family and multifamily. When you strip out multifamily and only look at single family, it was up 13%. So home builders are really trying to make hay while the sun shines. And that's what you would expect them to do. And I think that's going to pull up kind of existing homes. Because again, what is something that pulls up existing homes, older homes? It's new home construction because, inflation and all of that. So it's going to be fun to watch. Mortgage debt just ticked up to $10 trillion. That's with a T. If I were to have guessed what it was, I don't think I would have guessed that large. It's now larger than the 2008 bubble. But before you go out and point like all the other YouTube entertainers out there, let's kind of look at the average credit score. Again, I was in the market. I saw it last time. I saw people getting credit. I lost tenants who couldn't afford a deposit to new homes. That's how crazy '08 was. The average credit score of the $10 trillion or the new mortgages is 727. Let's just tell you the average credit in '08 was not over 700. It had to be in the sixes, probably mid sixes, because again, it was just entirely different debt structure, not real lending, liar loans, just the whole thing. So again, lots of debt, low interest rates, and better credit scores. Call it real lending. On the travel stocks, Carnival has canceled cruises through the end of January. Talk about an industry that is waiting for the vaccine with bated breath. Then you have Norwegian coming out and taking advantage of the pop in their stock. They are going to issue 40 million shares at $20.80 a share. That is $800 million. That's probably $820 million. That's a lot. That's a lot. And again, that's cheap, right? No debt. That's just new shares dilution to the common shareholder. And frankly, that's what Norwegian should do. It's frankly what airlines should do instead of begging the government for debt, issue more shares. That is interesting. I did read a note from Goldman Sachs that had me a little concerned. Goldman Sachs, we talked about, I want to say it was 90 days ago. They were, going through some layoffs. It was kind of small, like 400. But now they're admitting that they may go through a second, more deep cut of layoffs. So again, I'm nervous about the white collar impacts of layoffs kind of building up the stack. Now, Goldman could have unique things that I simply don't understand. But again, it's one of those signs that, maybe this is going to hit, white collar, the stay at home people more than we think. I saw a report on China. China is doing obviously better than us if you believe the headlines, both with virus concerns, but also consumers. They are now calling China soon to be the largest luxury market by 2025, so right around the corner. They're talking about the U.S. being back to the 2019 peak, not until 2023. So we have some scarring to fix and get back. And then lastly, I saw an interesting article about the SoftBank billionaire, Masu-san, I think his name is from memory. He basically highlighted why he sold all those assets at fire sale prices earlier in the year. You'll remember SoftBank got really hurt from WeWork. We talked about WeWork a lot, I think, in April. He basically indicated in an article that he was raising cash because he didn't know what was coming. What I would tell you is a lot of billionaires are raising cash earlier in the year, but they're deploying capital now. I think a lot of this, the bad debt, over-leveraged hotels, apartments, office buildings, my guess is they're going to get scooped up. Equity is going to be washed out and new debt put in place. So I expect a lot of billionaires and hedge funds and deep pocket equity investors I think they're doing deals now. I think they see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they want to get it going now. So that's what I got for you today. I don't think we're going to be able to talk with Anna today. She is moving into her new home, so we'll see when we get that scheduled. We usually do that at 8, but we are going to talk to a friend of mine who has been in the Bitcoin arena for more than a decade, so we will do that at 9. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Take care. Bye-bye.